What's up, guys? Long time no see. It's been a minute. I know. Maybe you missed me. Um, you know how I like the video straight to the point, right? So, just getting straight to the topic and a little insight of what I've been doing. So, I have been getting my life in order. A lot of moving, a lot of stock trading. Gym especially. Um, and just taking the time to really flesh out my content and what I want to do. Moving forward, etc. So, today's topic that I want to get into is how are you guys doing exactly? I'm sure everybody goes through a breakup like every other fucking day, right? Or every second of the day pretty much. But, you know, it's been a minute for me in no contact. Um over a year. Now there's been some mishaps and, you know, sort of contact, where this individual is showing up at the job and starting issues, etc. But basically, this is a year later contact video. Okay. So moving forward, a year later, right? I still carry the rage. I still carry the I want to call it fuck you energy, right? That, I hold on to it just because it fuels me. I'd rather hold on to this kind of energy than to just be okay and pretend like it didn't happen, essentially. Now, I know it's kind of counterintuitive because you want to heal and you want to move on and you want to find your next person, right? But the way I see it is if you hold on to that energy, right? If you see yourself just excelling in everything you want to do, but you're holding on to what this person did to you, you you just hold on to the hurt and the fact that they cheated or they sat there and lied to you multiple times, etc. Right? Holding on to that, honestly, in my opinion, is better than fully healing because you have that energy of you fucked up and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that you fucked up. That's how I see it. I'd rather hold on to that and keep moving forward in a not in a hateful way, right? Not in a hateful way, but in a way that I am using them and what they did to propel me forward. And in my opinion, there's no better feeling than that. I'd rather feel that way, 100%, because I've excelled in money making. I've excelled in the gym tenfold. I'm leaning up, getting bigger at the same time, essentially lean bulking, and all thanks to them. All thanks to them. You have to show them that they made a huge mistake, and you have to. I've said it in other videos. You have to force them to feel it um, through your actions. You know, get in the gym and just go nuts. That's what I've been doing. I've just been going twice a day, about 4 days a week, and I just go crazy. You know, be careful, so that you don't get injuries and hold yourself back a little bit, but just go nuts. Just go nuts. There's no better feeling than you being better, you being the ex that they let go of. You're not just an ex, you are the ex. You are him, you are her. You're the one that the new person has to worry about. There's no better flex, in my opinion, than being that person. You're the one who got away. You're the one who excelled their life, propelled your life forward, while they are likely on their descent and they're okay with their stupid habits that are going to keep them in limbo. And while they're struggling with this new person that they thought that may have been better than you, and maybe for a time, maybe it lasted a little bit, but they're starting to see the cracks in the shield. They're starting to see the cracks in the individuals. That happens for everybody. Everybody has traumas. Everybody has faults. Nobody's perfect, obviously, but they're starting to see that you probably had a lot less cracks than they did, right? But there is no coming back. There is no coming back. And a year later, I've been more okay with the loss. I've been more okay with being alone by myself and working on myself to the point where I haven't talked to a single soul. You know, I've been alone and grinding on the mission, essentially, you know. And I know this is kind of cringe, but the winter arc, essentially, where no women, no games, no parties, just straight work. You could really shoot yourself forward. And if you use that person who hurt you, you can excel tenfold. You know, you have to use them as a leverage. Take all that pain, take all that misery that you're feeling, take everything. And if they cheat it, use it, use it as fuel. When they have to stalk your Instagram because word of mouth is that you look 100 times better, you know, and they stalk and they see, that's when you get your revenge. You're going to hurt now. You're going to hurt a lot right now in the moment. But day by day, you keep moving forward, keep moving forward. And like I said, when they're on their descent and they look back at you, that you have ascended past them, that's what hurts. They thought leaving you was going to be your downfall. They thought it was going to be a tragedy that you possibly couldn't even recover from. Now, how fucking narcissistic is that, right? But that's how these people think. They break up with you because they think they're better than you. But the thing is, character is what shows after. If it was a good relationship and you were trying and you look back and you're like, damn, I tried everything I could, trying to make it work, it just didn't, and it was a good relationship, you treated them well, you win in the end. You win in the end. Just because somebody leaves you does not determine your value at all. If they leave you, they're doing you a favor by showing you long term they're not a good partner, and that it was probably for the best. If you fucked up, own up to those mistakes, right? Become a better man, become a better woman, and move forward. I made mistakes. You've made mistakes. We all have. But that's what the no contact is for. The purpose of it is to reflect on your mistakes, their mistakes, what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate. Little things like that is what makes you become a better individual. And you may want this person back. You may. I think we all do at some point. Somebody leaves us. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, even if it's been a month, 2 months, 3 months, etc., the likelihood of them being with somebody else has probably already happened. We all have to accept that reality, as much as I hate to say it. I have problems coming to terms with it, especially being a year later. But leaving them alone, not stalking them, not paying attention to their life, not asking anybody about their life, that is what's going to help you recover and be okay with that possibility, essentially. An ex-girlfriend of mine that I had for 4 years, when all of this was first happening, maybe for like the first year, 2 years, I could not even hear her name without getting angry, right? I got bitter, and time passed, obviously, and maybe about, I want to say, 2.5 years later, I found out that she had a new boyfriend. Granted, prior to that, I would have probably been in a rageful state, but time heals all wounds. You'll be able to see those things. When I saw the picture, my cousin showed me a picture with her and her new boyfriend, and I just kind of sat there and I stared at the picture. This was somebody I was with for 4 years, and I just sat there, but I had no feeling of rage, no feeling of sadness, just kind of blank stare. Just, I wanted to hold it for a second, because at that moment I realized I was okay with them not being in my life anymore. And you also become okay with them being happy with somebody else, even if it's not with you. At the end of the day, you just want them to be happy. Now, I know it sucks to hear, You know, of course, you want them to be happy with you, but that's not how shit goes. You know, if they're unhappy with you, you just got to let them go. You know, and like I said, over time, you'll see that that is okay. Um, I personally, I like to hold on to that, and I like to, like I said before, become that ex that when they see you, they're like, oh shit, you know, that's them. You want to give them something to talk about. You want to give them that other person the fear of like, God damn, you know, that's some crazy competition right there. You know, give them that feeling. It's a huge flex. You know, hope for the best for them, but just move on with your life. Expect that they're never coming back, and that this is the last time you ever hear from them. Like I said, a year later, no contact, little mishaps here and there, but I've held strong. I've remained in no contact, and that's it. You know, you have to let them see what life is like without you. They always spin the block. They always spin the block. We know how this game goes. Things don't work out with them. They come back to what's familiar, right? It's up to you to decide what you want to do. In my case, uh, with how I was treated, probably never give them the time of day, not even to meet up for coffee or drinks, nothing. I don't think it's worth it, you know? So if you had a good relationship and you were kind of mutual on things ending, you kind of didn't want it to, but you were okay with accepting that it was, then maybe you can meet them out for coffee, drinks, whatever, you know? But you really have to reflect on the relationship and how it was. I think it feels bad. They treated you bad. They cheated. I would never give their ass the time of day. Text them, sorry, baby, you're not my type no more. Or, or you could spin the block, one last rodeo, and just leave them be, you know. But you can't let your feelings get involved. So if you're in no contact, understand that things will get better over time. It's gonna take time. It's not gonna be. It's not linear. You're not gonna just all of a sudden 2 months later be okay, right? It a year later I'm still not all right, you know. Especially when you really genuinely love this person. It's not linear. You're gonna have ups. You're gonna have downs. Maybe 1 week you're totally fine with them without them, and then maybe the next week you're thinking about them nonstop, right? But this is why it's important to get into activities, get into things that entertain you, things that make you happy. You know, get in the gym, start a boxing class, start fucking tap dancing, do something. You know, maybe you'll meet somebody there. You never know. Just do something to get involved in your own life and excel your own life to make them look at you a few months later, a few days later, maybe a few weeks, maybe a few years. Make them feel the regret of leaving you. There is no better feeling than that. Make them feel the regret. Take care, guys. I'll be back with more content soon.